And thank you once again for tuning into this podcast series titled Taking Your Own Score. I am your host, Katrina, and this is The Edge. Taking your own score. It's that time of the year. It's the best time to take that quick moment and really take notice to where you're at. It's a great time to readjust, realign your own actions and behaviors and match them up with your original goals. The original goals and plan and game plan that you set forth when you began this year. Now, as we sit here in this podcast, it happens to be the middle of the year. But that shouldn't prevent you from taking this approach at any given time as you see fit. I happen to personally do this process every quarter to ensure that I stay on track with my goals, and so I have enough time to readjust and make changes to where I'm falling short and take notice to where I am doing things well. Okay. It's that evaluation time. Many of these people who are probably listening are going to be cynical and be reluctant to try this out. But I encourage you, really, you have nothing to lose by checking in with yourself and being honest with your own progress. Let me just share with you what works for me. At this time of the year, I am re-strategizing and taking notice in the areas that I am following through, and also taking note on the areas that I might not be following through in the manner I had hoped to. I'm just checking in and seeing where I'm struggling, where I'm doing well in, and where I need to really amp up my efforts. Along the process, you will notice different areas that come to surface that you may not need anymore in your plan. And as you go along the process, you'll also notice other areas that you didn't foresee, and so you'll have to add those into your plan. Again, it's just being able to adapt, reflect, and be willing to make the necessary changes to get the outcome that you truly did set out for when you began this year. What's most important here is to be honest with our own self, honest with where we are and where we stand. We must hold ourselves accountable. And as we do this reflection, please be careful not to be too critical on your own self as you're in this process. It is not to beat ourselves up or to bash our own efforts. It is simply to become aware of what's needed in order to finish the year strong. It's very important to put in place new steps and actions to get us to the finish line. It's being flexible and being nimble enough to adapt and quickly make those changes. I suggest that you go back to your desired outcome for the year. What was it that you wanted for your company, for your business, or for your brand? Start there because it will help you really reframe your mindsets. It will naturally trigger you to reframe and get your brain to think about new ways to get you closer to that desired outcome. I hope that all of you out there listening have really enjoyed this mini clip. I truly believe that it's important to reflect and take notice. Naturally, the science behind how the brain's chemistry operates, our brain will naturally reroute us to the next action steps that we need to fulfill this plan. It's a automatic process the brain just implements. And so when we don't take notice, the brain does not have the time to consider new routes. It's going on the old route. So if we just make this small change by reflecting, we might just see monumental impact in our goals. That about wraps up this segment, guys. As you know, I always strive to bring you the best business content, and my messages are kept clear and concise and straight to the point, as I'm respectful of your time and I value your attention. I hope you enjoyed today's segment. If you found value in my message, please consider sharing this series with others, and please do come back for more. Thank you.